Hello, everyone. Jen Smith here. I am the host of the Money Mindful Book Club. Welcome. It is Tuesday night in August. While I'm waiting to see if anyone's coming in, I'll just introduce myself. I am Jen Smith. I am a money mindset and life coach for women. I host the Money Mindful podcast, and obviously I also host this book club. I'm just going to check my Facebook on my phone right now to check that you can hear me and you can see me. If you are joining me, please give me a thumbs up or say hello and let me know if you can hear me okay. Okay, I've just checked my phone and it looks like I'm coming up. I can hear myself. That's great. I'm going to turn that off now. And it also seems like there's a little bit of a delay. So that's okay. I'm going to click over here to the comments. Say hi if you're here. Let me know. All you have to do is give me a thumbs up, a wave, or just say hi, and then it comes up in the comments and I can see that you are here. Nidhi, so great to see you. I've missed you. I know it's only been 1 month off, but yeah, it seems like a long time. It was great to have a break, but I'm really excited to be back here. And thank you. I am really well. Hi, Allah. Great. You can hear me. You can see me. Fantastic. Yes, and I'm really glad that you are back too, Nidhi, because yeah, it's fun. I love doing book club. It's a fun way to spend the evening. And yeah, I'm really glad to be here with you. So if you are just joining in, I can see there's a few people joining in. Hi, Amy. Howdy. Good to see you, Amy. I am your host, obviously, Jen Smith. Tonight we are reading, as you can see on the banner, we have been reading this month, You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. And this is the book. You can see all my, oh, hang on, this is mirrored. All my tabs here. I want to do a little bit of reading of some of the things that she's said. So, yeah, I read this book for a second time. I read it earlier in the year and I read it again this month because of book club. And I kind of think it's worth its weight in gold. Jen is so funny. Like, she's a real comedian. I love her cheeky style and the way that she writes with a lot of humor. And I think that if you aren't careful, you can miss what she's saying, that it's actually quite profound, some of the stuff that she says about money and how to create more of it. And so I'll be interested as the evening goes on to hear your thoughts on that. All right, I've got my notes on the side of the screen with my questions. So if you see me looking off, that is what I'm doing. Okay, so where are you tuning in from? I know some of you are regulars, but where are you? I'm in south of Sydney. I'm about an hour south of Sydney. That's where I am. How about you guys? Ella, I know that you're in Melbourne, but that's all we'll say about that. What about everybody else? Amy, where are you from? I remember that you were here last time, but I can't remember where you're from. I mean, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but it's nice to know where everybody's tuning in from. And also, as you know, I always ask pajamas, who's in their pajamas, who has a wine, I'm drinking a hot lemon drink tonight, and I do have some Ugg boots on under the table. Business up top, casual down bottom. What about you guys? There's always a delay. I'm just left hanging here asking questions and then silence. But I know you always put the answers in, but I see them a few seconds later. All right, well, I'll keep moving on. So just in regards to housekeeping for tonight, as you know, those of you who've been here before, your thoughts and opinions matter. We want to hear what you have to say. And as always, just be kind and respectful to other people. Alice says she's brewing a cup of tea as we speak. Good job. Nidhi is heaters on with the PJs. Yep, I have a blanket wrapped around my lap because we have heating out there, but obviously the door is locked and closed, so my children don't come running in. So it's kind of cold in this room. Amy's in her trackies. Good stuff. I love it. Yeah. All right. So the first question I always ask is, have you read the book? And if you haven't read the book, that's totally fine. You are welcome here. Be in this space, listen to the questions that I ask. I think that you will get a lot out of it, whether you have read the book or not. Okay, so Jen finishes each chapter with a little exercise at the end of each chapter. And some of them are actionable steps that we can take, and some of them are more thought-provoking. It's about just getting us thinking and creating awareness around our thoughts about money. So, excuse me, the first chapter, she says, page 26, I'm just going to turn to it. She says, make a list of all the reasons you deserve money. And I think this is a really interesting question. Like, what are all the reasons you deserve money? So like I said, you don't have to have read the book to join in tonight. What are the reasons you deserve money? So the thing that I wrote down is, everyone deserves money, but in the same way as everyone deserves a hammer or a car. Like, money is just a tool. It's available to everyone, just like the same as a hammer. Like, you can go and get yourself a hammer. You can use a hammer. You can have a hammer and have it sitting around. I know this is like a strange example, but I just kind of feel like, you know, Allah, you deserve a hammer. I deserve a hammer. Nidhi, you deserve a hammer. Like, but not all of us are going to go out and get ourselves a hammer, or not all of us are going to use a hammer. And I see money in a similar way that, yeah, sure, we all deserve it. Like, some people make a lot of money and they don't do anything. Like, they got it for an inheritance, or they've just always had money. Their family have had money. Other people, you know, win Tats Lotto. Other people have a lot of money because they work really hard. Like, who deserves money, right? Like, do you have to work hard for money? I really encourage you that when I'm asking you the questions tonight, like, please, like, talk back to me, type your answers in. It makes it a lot more fun for me, obviously, because I can engage with you, but also we're all engaging. So, yeah, make a list of all the reasons you deserve money. Why do you deserve money? Do you deserve money because you work hard? Do you deserve money just because why not? Why can't you have money? I'd love to hear what you thought. Hi, Trish. Trish says, I'm only partway through the Audible, but loving it so far. Awesome, Trish. Great to see you. Okay, the second question she asks is, make a list of some beautiful things that have happened in this world thanks to money. Nidhi says, for peace of mind and freedom. I'm not sure if that's the answer to the first question or second question, Nidhi, but maybe just elaborate on that. Well, I just think of all the amazing things that have been created in this world, like the Sydney Opera House. How spectacular is that? That took money to make. Um, all the things that happen in the world, like research that gets done for curing diseases, or just like really fun stuff like champagne. Champagne is really fun and you need money to go and buy it, right? All these things we have access to because of money. I mean, like, we could go and steal things, but yeah, I don't know. That's a whole other conversation. But I'm really curious. Like, I'm wondering, are you guys stumped? Or like, did you answer these questions? Or what are you thinking now? Right? Like, what are the beautiful things that have happened in this world thanks to money? And it takes my mind to something. I actually did not a fun run. They're not called a fun run. Like when you do those organized runs. I did a run with Allah, and we ran 10K, and we worked in a group and with other people running, and we all raised money, and we raised $5,000 for CPEC, this organization that works with children with cerebral palsy. And thanks to the money that we raised for them, they were able to do things with that money, to buy things for the kids who are at CPEC. I mean, I kind of feel like it's limitless, like the cool stuff that you can do with money, and that the beautiful things that have happened because of money. Oh, Alice says, these questions are hard. Yeah. Like, our brain kind of goes, I mean, we're so conditioned. In my opinion, I think that there's a lot of thoughts that we have about money and things that we think about money that we don't even realize we think about money in that way. We just do, and we've never even questioned it. That's why I love these questions, because it's like, yeah, like, what are all the reasons you deserve money? What are the beautiful things that have happened in the world thanks to money? Like, get your brain working. All right, I've got another hard question for you, Allah. Make a list of all the awesome things and experiences money will add to your life. So make a list of all the awesome things and experiences money will add to your life. Like, first of all, my brain goes straight away to education, like all the things that I have been able to learn because of money, like because of having, I don't know, the $21 or whatever it is that this book costs to be able to read about this stuff. I got this book because of money. The coach training that I've been doing, I was able to do that because I had money to pay for it. Work, like, I work 2 days a week during the day coaching, and I do it in the evenings as well, but the 2 days that I do the coaching during the week, when I'm with my clients, my daughter is in daycare, and I pay somebody, like, we pay for her to be cared for. Like, how awesome is that? I love that. I love that that's available. I love that I can pay somebody. The electricity, like, how good is it? I can just go and, no, the light switch is over here. I can just turn off the light, and I can turn on the light power, like, in this house. Like, I pay money for electricity, and I'm so grateful that I have electricity. I don't know about you guys, but it's amazing, right? And money, that's what I exchanged to get electricity in this house. So I'm going to read some of the comments that you've said. So Ella says, she deserves it because I work for it, but I'm very privileged to be able to achieve this. Okay, interesting. Why, Ella? Why? I mean, just like, have you even thought about that further? Why are you privileged to be able to achieve being able to work? Like, just everything, unpack it, question it all. It's really I think it's a really fascinating topic, obviously fascinating for me, topic to look at. Nidhi says, so true. There's so much more. They are so thought-provoking. The questions, yeah, like I want to really encourage you, stretch your brain a bit tonight. Like just, I mean, there's no wrong answers, right? Like this is, I kind of want to offer to you, approach these questions, especially to those of you, if you haven't finished the book or even read the book, put your hat on of curiosity, right? Like just get really curious and interested, like, yeah. I think that's a great way to access information in our brain and see a different way to look at things. Amy says, travel to new places, helping family, dinner with friends, donate to charity. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. For those of you who I can't remember if I've mentioned in previous book clubs, but Ella is my sister-in-law, right? So Ella is an amazing cook. And we go over to her house. When we go over to her house, she makes all these amazing dishes. Now, unless she had an elaborate vegetable garden, where does that food come from? It comes from the supermarket. We buy it from the supermarket, right? Like, and it's just really interesting to kind of turn it around and really look at it from the angle that it's like, yeah, I bought this amazing food with money. Like, how cool is that I have money to be able to do that? I live in this house because I have money that I can pay the rent to live in this house. Like, just really looking at it from another angle. And I had this, I've got this further down to talk about, but I think this is a good time to pick it up. She's got, she talks about, let me just find where I wrote it. So she says it's on page 68 if you have the book. Or is it? Hang on. Oh, I'm looking at page 86. That would be why. Bear with me, guys. Page 68. No, I've written the page number in wrong. Beg my pardon. I don't know where I've put it now. Is it here? Here we go. Sorry, that took me a moment to find. All right. So she talks about money is a unit of measurement used in the act of giving and receiving. Contrary to popular belief, money itself is neither good nor bad, friend nor foe, filthy nor clean. It's just blank, minding its own business, trying not to get jammed in a soda machine. Money is just the messenger. And then she says, it's what you do with it and how you think, feel, and speak about it that gives it personality. And then she goes on to say that it's like a car, right? Like we don't say that cars are evil just because some dickhead was driving the car and, you know, ran into the back of you, right? Like we're not like, oh, cars are the root of all evil. You know, they're such bad things. They cause accidents. No, like the car is just the tool. It's just the vehicle we use to get from here to there, right? And I love to think of it that way because so often there's so much emotion around money and thoughts about money, about it being a good thing or a bad thing. And it's like, no, money's just money. Money's just bits of paper. It's what we think about it that gives it meaning. What are your thoughts about this, ladies? I'd love to know. I'd love to know what you think about that. Do you have thoughts about money that it's good or that it's bad or that it stresses you out or Do you have any feelings like that or thoughts? I'd love to know. I do sometimes. I worry about money sometimes. True story. It's not like I never have any issues to do with money. All right. Well, I'm waiting for you guys to comment. I'm going to keep moving through. So, what comes to mind when you think of rich people? She says that she says her definition of, hey, Joe, how's it going? So great to see you here. Joe says it comes and it goes. Yeah. Alice says having money is good, but money itself isn't inherently good. Okay, that's interesting. So tell me more, Ella. Tell me more about that. What are you thinking about that? She writes on page 15, rich, like her definition of rich is able to afford all the things and experiences required to fully experience your most authentic life. And I'll read that again. It's rich is being able to afford all the things and experiences required to fully experience your most authentic life. So what do you think about that? Because, you know, if it just means that you're able to experience the things that you want to experience in your life, like if what you want to experience is gardening in your vegetable garden every weekend and that's what you love, or bushwalking, and like those things don't even cost money, right? Like it's interesting because it doesn't mean you have to have a level of money. Like there's no definition. Like once you've got over this amount of money, you're rich. And I'd really love to know, what comes to mind when you think of rich people? Because for me, the word rich, there's still a bit of a stigma around that word for me. I prefer like wealthy or abundant or affluent. Like those words don't have the same negative connotations for me. Like rich, yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it's just a word, right? But for me, that word is a bit like, yeah, there's some associated thoughts around that. What about you guys? Okay, Trish says, money has always been scary to me, but now I'm finding it a blessing. It helps keep the roof over our heads. Yeah, feeds my children, gives us the ability to do fun things together, gives me the basics. Totally. Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting to be able to just see it from a different perspective, right, Trish? And it's really interesting how you said money has always been scary to me. And when you get like really factual about money, like actually holding a note in your hand or describing it, it's like, yeah, it's a bit of plastic. It's like a bit of plastic in my hand, or it's some numbers on the bank screen, right? And when you say it like that, it's kind of like, yeah, it separates you, I think, from the emotional aspect of it. Nidhi says, grateful for all the knowledge. Yeah, like from what money can get you. Is that what you mean, Nidhi? Joe says, some rich people are just born with a lot of money. Some work very hard for it. I think people cope differently with it. Yeah, absolutely. And it's really funny. Like, I think, it's really like a state of mind too, because you hear those stories. Like, I'm sure you guys have heard those stories, like people who win money in, Tats Lotto or those lottery type things, and then they lose it all, and then sometimes even become worse off than where they were before, because they don't have the capacity to have the money. They've never had that money before, and they're still living through that filter or through those beliefs of not having money. And when they have the money, they just keep creating the same thing for themselves. And lose the money. I mean, I find that sort of shit absolutely fascinating. Anyway, moving on, sticking to the book. So she says, we all have seeds of unthinkable badassery inside of us. I love that. Only some of us will allow ourselves to grow. So I'll say that again. We all have seeds of unthinkable badassery inside of us, yet only some of us will allow ourselves to grow. Are you allowing yourself to grow? Like, why? Why not? What does that quote bring to mind? Like, we all have seeds of unthinkable badassery, yet some of us inside of us, yet only some of us will allow ourselves to grow. What I think of when I hear that quote is it's like, yeah, totally. Like, everyone, we all have the ability to create and do amazing stuff, and amazing, like whatever that means to you, right? Whatever you want to create. But some of us just don't grow. We don't move forward. We don't do new things. And why is that? Have you ever thought about that? And do you feel like you're growing? Do you feel like you're moving forward? And it's really interesting to have this conversation with different, like, people at different ages, because when we're younger, this is just my 2 cents. When we're younger, we're very future focused. Like, we're always looking forward, right? It's like, we want to finish primary school so we can get into high school. And then when we're in high school, we want to finish high school so we can go to university or go and get a job or whatever it is. We're focused on the future, and we're thinking of things ahead, right, in the future. But then when we get older, I find that it's easy we look to the past. Like, we look to what we have done. We look to what we've achieved. We look to what we've already been able to do to decide what we're going to do in the future. Like, we're in this comfort bubble that we weren't necessarily in as children. Anyway, I'm curious to know what you think about that. Joanna says, totally not, held back by commitments to family, and others' needs, wants, or expectations. Yeah, and I think, Joe, like, you're not alone in that for sure. Like, especially as mums, you know, things that we do for our children and the thoughts that we have about what we have to do to look after our children and expectations. I think you're completely in company with those thoughts. Trish says, held back by how I'll be seen by others. Yeah. Interesting, Trish. Interesting. I mean, just a thought. I think a lot of people have that same thing as well, like worrying about what other people will think, because it's human nature, right? Like, we're what's the word? Like, tribe. Like, this is what our ancestors did. We stick together with the group. We want to people please. We want people to accept us, because if we step outside of the group, then we're going to die, because we're not good. Like, when people go out and hunt for the food, and, you know, we've disrupted the cave or whatever, and we are ousted, then it's like, yeah, in the past, like for our ancestors, that might have meant death. But now in the modern world, it's like we don't live like that anymore, but our brain still lives like that. Like, our brain is still in this place where it's like, yeah, I don't want people to think bad things about me. Yeah, it's like, catch up already, brain. Like, you know, it's not in the modern world. Nidhi says, yes, money used to scare me, though from almost a year ago, I started learning more, understanding more to manage it better, and feels great. Yeah, one step at a time, though. I think it's in the right direction. Yeah. You don't have to change everything at once, do you? Yeah, I totally agree. Scared of failure, Trish says. Oh, yeah. That is like the human experience, Trish. We're so scared to do things. And Jen talks about this in the book, like, and I can't like pull out the page where she talks about it, but that's why so many of us, we don't move forward because we're so scared of stuffing it up and failing. But I mean, the interesting thing is like, that's what creates success. You have to go for it. You've got to do it. You've got to be willing to fail. Like all the successful people have failed heaps of times. Amy says we become comfortable. Yeah, absolutely. We have our little comfort bubble. It's interesting how we're all kind of on similar wavelength. It's like there's so many thoughts that we think as a like mass consciousness that it's like we all agree on, but it's not necessarily true. It's just we just think that stuff. Okay, where am I? So, oh yeah, and Amy, in my notes, I've got, or are you staying in your comfort zone? Yeah, totally. Because I mean, even though your comfort zone might not feel good, like you're in a job, for example, that you might not want to be in, and it kind of sucks. However, it's a discomfort that you're familiar with, and often we will choose familiarity over something new and different, even though, like, if we do that, we might completely change our lives for the better. Joe says, every time I get ahead and have some extra money, I say this time I'll manage it differently, and then I blink and it's all gone again on stuff. Yes. Yeah. Joe, like the psychology of it, yeah, it's like, where does it all go? And it's really interesting to and kind of tedious and boring as hell, I've got to say, like when you write down everything you spend your money on. But it's a really interesting activity to do because it's like, yeah, what am I spending my money on? It's a really fascinating activity to do, I think. Amy says, I like one of her quotes, you can't experience new lands from the confines of your comfort zone. Totally, absolutely. And it's really interesting. Like, I'll give the example of this book club, right? The first time I did book club, I was shitting myself. I didn't know how to do this stuff live on Facebook, and it was incredibly uncomfortable. But I think I had a level of self-trust in myself that I would, I wasn't going to beat myself up if I stuffed it up, right? But, now that I'm doing it, it's like I get to talk to all you cool ladies and meet people that I wouldn't have had the experience of doing that if I hadn't have done book club, right? The very first one. And yes, the first one was quite uncomfortable and I felt very hot. And I know, like, some of you might remember, like, Nidhi, you were here on the first one. Like, I was nervous and yeah, I was definitely outside of my comfort zone. And it's so true, Amy. It's like, but you can't get to this new place. Like, now I'm in my comfort zone, like chatting to you guys. I feel very comfortable here, but I couldn't get here until I got here, like this new land. So yeah, it's I'm glad you brought that up. Trish says it's a big eye-opener writing all expenses down. Yeah, I need to stop going to Bunnings. Yeah, so many that IKEA. Okay, that's my what's the word? Like I don't think I've been to IKEA without buying something that wasn't on my list every time. The way they design that shop, oh my God, amazing. Kmart, I know. And the thing that gets me about Kmart, Joe, and I don't know if you feel like this too, it's like you go into Kmart and it's just so easy. Everything's so cheap. And, I think, I can just pick up a pair of runners in Kmart for $8. But then I'm just like, $8? How can a shoe be $8? Like, and I just imagine some little kid in a cave, like sewing it under candlelight, it's just like, oh yeah. The convenience of cheap. Okay, Nidhi, change is the only constant thing. Yeah, It's just that it's not as easy implemented as it is saying it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, thanks, Ella. Nailing book club tonight, though. Yes, I've had practice now. I've had practice. Okay, so, and this really relates, Amy, to what you said before. So page 37, there's a quote and it says, trying to protect yourself from your fears protects you from experiencing a fully evolved and juicy life. I'll just read that one more time. So trying to protect yourself from your fears protects you from experiencing a fully evolved and juicy life. And for those of you who know me and you've been sort of following what I've been doing, I can relate to that 100% because, like, as you know, I've done so many things in the last 12 months that I've totally stretched outside my comfort zone. And yeah, like I do have a juicy life now. All these like amazing things are happening, but they wouldn't have happened if I hadn't have done all this stuff that was scary as hell in the beginning, like putting yourself out there on Facebook Lives and doing stuff like that. Yeah. You protect yourself from life, from experiencing life because you're worried about what other people think or, you don't want to fail. And so it's so, I think, really eye-opening when you create awareness around that, like Trish, because you were saying they were things that were holding you back. All right, so one thing I wanted to definitely bring up is page 32. She talks about, have I got the right page? I just want to see. Yeah, it's like there's a couple of things I want to read about beliefs because I think this is really interesting and what Jen like really gets into about the whole mindset. So she says, when it comes to money, most people feel like their beliefs are in pretty good shape. Hell yes, I will gladly let you give me money all day long. Thank you very much. Here, I just so happen to have a big bag for you to put it in, right? Like we're like, yeah, bring it on. But what they don't realize is that this is their conscious mind talking. And that deep down, we all have our subconscious mind, which is the motherboard that controls all of our results. And if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So no matter how much you may think you're all about the money, in your conscious mind, if your subconscious believes that you will get cut off from all your family gatherings if you get rich, because as a kid, that's what you saw your jealous grandfather do to your dad when he got rich, you ain't going to be rolling in it anytime soon. And I mean, like that to me just seems like so like the cliche thing that you hear. It's like, yeah, something bad happened when I was a kid and then this is why this happens. But this is actually the truth of our lives, like the way that we do things because of our beliefs. And, our brain creates like these like super highways, like the neurons, they all like fire and they create these big pathways. And if we've kind of thought something all our life, like rich people are assholes or whatever it is that you think, or like even just thoughts like this is really interesting. So let's say that your wage is, let's say you earn like, I don't know, 85,000 a year. Okay. That's your annual salary. Now that's a fact, right? Like that's what you earn. Like you could show us your paycheck, like you could prove it. It's definitely like the truth. But if you walk around always thinking I make $85,000 a year, that's what you create. Like what we put our attention on, that's what we create. And you just find more evidence for that. It's like, yeah, that's what I make. I make $85,000 a year. Like, it's like, yeah, that's a fact. That's the truth. But what I'm saying, and I think what Jen's saying, is it's like you can look at it in a different way. It's like last year I made $85,000. Last year I made $85,000. But this year, I'm going to make $100,000. And it's just about a shift in awareness. Because even though you might not know how to make $100,000, it's just the simple fact that you're not sitting in this thought all the time. 85,000, that's what I make. Like, that's the truth. That's what I make. And it just it's like you create that reality for yourself because you think it, you believe it, and you just keep repeating that in your life. Like, are you following me with this? Like, what are you thinking of this? And she gives a good example. Let me have a look through my notes because I wrote it down. I think it's page 42. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. So, and guys, tell me, I'm so like curious, like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Tell me. But this is what she writes about beliefs. So she uses a great analogy of a bus. So she says, your beliefs are driving the bus. They take you where you're going, whether you're paying attention or not. Your thoughts, so I earn $85,000 a year, are the tour guide. The person up front with the microphone and the clipboard. She can lean over and yank the wheel, slam on the brakes, step on the gas, flip the bus. She can do whatever she wants. She usually works in harmony with your beliefs, but she has all the veto power. Your words are the assistant to your thoughts and your beliefs. Your words back them up. Voice their opinions, anchor in their message, and they keep it real. Your emotions, I hope you're following with me here. It's page 42 if you've got the book. Your emotions are fuel. They are ignited by your thoughts, right? And can change your beliefs and the direction of your life. Without emotions, you're going nowhere new and exciting. Your actions build the road. They pave the path for your beliefs, but will reroute should thoughts and emotions make a change of plans and decide they want to stop at Dairy Queen or something. All right, so basically what that means is it's like our thoughts create how we feel, right? So if you have this thought that, yeah, I earn $85,000 a year, that's what happens, or money is the root of all evil or whatever, like maybe the belief I earn $85,000 a year, you just feel really resolute. Like, yeah, that's the truth, right? And then the action that you take is like no action. It's like you don't question it. It's like you just see that, like, yeah, you just see that's my salary, that's what I can earn. And then the result is that you look for evidence of that and you find evidence of that in your life. It's like, yeah, this is what you get paid when you're a social worker, right? That's what you earn. But if you had a thought like, I'm going to make $100,000 this year, like whatever it is for you, and that you feel excited when you think that, and then you take action towards like looking for other ways that you can make it, like, oh, I'm going to invest in the share market, or I'm going to take on a second job, or I'm going to ask for a pay rise. Like all of a sudden you start taking action to create it, right? And then the result is, who knows, like whether you create it or not, like usually depending on your actions, that's what you create in your life. But see the difference? Like if you just like keep thinking the same thoughts you've always thought, you just keep getting the same results. But change your thinking, you change the way you feel, you change the actions that you take, and you change the results in your life. And that's what she's saying here. Nidhi says mindset is everything. Yeah, totally, Nidhi. But and I think too, though, the step before that is awareness. Awareness also is everything. Like just being aware, right? I was coaching someone tonight just before this call, and I was giving him this example that it's like you're overweight or whatever, right? And you're sitting there like eating this bag of chips or chocolate biscuits or whatever, and you're like, I don't understand why I'm overweight. I don't understand. And then suddenly it's like you realize you're holding this packet of chips in your hand that you just like keep eating. And then it's like, oh, right. Like I see the chip bag. I see it. Like this is why I'm creating this overweight, because I'm eating these chips. And it's the same with thoughts. It's like we think thoughts, We create the results in our life, but we don't even realize that we're doing it until we create awareness around it, Nidhi. So yeah, like mindset is like about building the thoughts on purpose, like what you actually want to think deliberately. And I think Jen like really gives so many great examples of it in this book. But like I said at the start, is it's like sometimes she's so funny that it's like you kind of, I feel like I'm getting a lot more out of it the second time around. Ella says, got to look forward to the next thing if you're going to move forward. Yeah, like it's like kids. Like you see, like when kids are walking and they're like looking backwards and they trip over. Like, yeah, of course. You need to be like focused forward on like future focus. When you focus on the future, that's what gets us there, like creates new results. All right, let me get back to my notes. Like it's 9:15 already, and I want to make sure I'm talking about the things that I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, so she says, like, how do we change? Like, so this is what I'm saying, like create awareness to how you currently think about money, right? Like Trish, you said before that money scares you. Now, this is something that's really super cool to be aware of, because it's like once you start exploring that further and you start looking at all the thoughts that you have about money, you get to separate yourself from it a little bit and become the watcher and be like, that's interesting. Okay, that's why I feel scared, because I have a thought that money is scary, right? But if I have a thought that money is scary, I can also have another thought that maybe it's possible to think about money differently. Maybe money is just plastic. Maybe it's possible that money's not scary. Like maybe it's possible that I could think about money differently. You know, like it's just about creating that awareness to then make change. All right, Trish, what have you, I'm just going to read your comment. Oh yeah, and Nidhi says, totally agree about the mindset stuff. Trish says, always thought we had no money and could never get ahead as a couple. Now as a single mom on part-time work, Centrelink and child support, I have more money than before because I've chosen to take control of the bus. Yes. And we are so rich in life and happiness. Yes. On 80,000 less a year. Mindset change and educating myself has changed my outlook towards money. Like, fuck yeah, Trish. Like, that's the thing, isn't it? Right? Like, we just get caught up in our own beliefs. And we just think it's the truth. And then now it's like you're saying, I'm living this totally different life that's awesome on like $80,000 less money. So it's just how you think about it, which is so cool, because you can actually learn to think differently. I mean, you know, sometimes it's like, it's not necessarily that you can just jump from, I'm really bad with money to, yeah, I'm really good with money. Like it can be too far of a jump, right? Like this is what you think over here and this is where you want to go. But you can change your thoughts like just slightly. So it's like, maybe it's possible that I could get better with money. Maybe there's other ways I could earn money. You know, it's just like you can start to think about it a little bit differently to shift your mindset to where you want to go. All right. Nearly, I think it's like on almost every end of chapter, she says, I'm grateful to money because. So just put your answer in the comments. Like, why are you grateful to money? Some of my answers are things like I said before, things like electricity. I'm so grateful for that. I love it. And I love the air conditioner. I love that I can pay for things like food and water and childcare and clothes. I'm so grateful for money to that. I'm so grateful that money is just around when I need it. You know, I'm so grateful that I can create money from creating value, like going out and creating a service for someone and then, you know, getting paid for creating that value in the world. Yeah, I love money. I think money is fantastic. I think it's like such an amazing tool. And money's fun. Like, you can do like really fun stuff with money. I think, were you saying earlier, Ella, like going to festivals or something? I feel like I saw a comment like that. Ella says, I'm grateful for the comfortable life I live and the experiences I get to have. Yeah. Trish, freedom and the opportunities it's opening up to me and my children. Yeah. The other thing I love about money is that it speeds things up. So I see money as like a problem solver. So if I have money, I can create results quicker, right? Like, for example, we've talked about this sort of stuff before. It's like, you know, being able to pay somebody to do something for me. So, you know, I get more time, or just paying for a solution, you know, like paying for my phone. Like, I can ring somebody instead of like walking down the block to talk to my neighbor or whatever. It's like, makes things quicker, solves problems, speeds things up, the results that I want to get. Amy says, I'm grateful for the choices I get to make every day. Yeah, it's like you can stay in a youth hostel if you go traveling, or you can stay in a 5-star hotel. Like, you get to choose, but having the money gives you those options, which I think is a beautiful thing. Okay, right. So one of the things that she does is page 92, and I know we're getting close to time, so I'm going to start wrapping this up, but she talks about ways to get rich. And even that, like, I'm like, oh, yeah, I've got to work on that. That word rich kind of, it does great on me. Do any, like, you guys didn't comment before, do any of you guys like resonate with other words more? Like I said, I like the word abundant. I like the word wealth, but rich, I don't know, rich has a negative connotation for me. But anyway, she writes, like, I love money because money is always here for me. She has like these little mantras, but then she has things that you can do. So write down the 5 most common limiting words or phrases you and the people you hang out with most use to talk about money. You know, like religious people like often say, you know, like there's certain things that it's like money is the root of all evil, stuff like that, you know. I mean, not just religious people say that, but like lots of people say that. But come up with one super exciting reason that you want to make money and spend 5 to 10 minutes visualizing all the details of it. Notice if any limiting beliefs come up, and if so, follow the drill in number 3. Like, I'm just curious, have any of you done any of these things that she has at the end of the book? Okay, so grateful for money. Nidhi says, because it gives me peace of mind, freedom to live a comfortable life with my family, do fun things, yeah, experience things, even give away a bit to good causes. Yeah, so grateful for all of it, yeah. Ella says, although money won't buy me more than an hour outside the house at the moment, oh, in stage 4 lockdown, oh, Ella, I just want to reach through the screen and give you a big hug. But at least I have everything I could want for at home and can pay for things to get delivered to my door. Ah, yes, totally. Joe says, financially secure. Yeah, yeah, yep. I think that's like something that I love, that money can do that as well, like create that. But also, you know, you can create that feeling of security by the way that you just think, which is an interesting thing too, that Trish sort of demonstrated to us in a unintentional way, how she was saying that now she has less money but feels better about money. Right? So it's not the actual money that creates the feeling for us, it's our thoughts about it. Yeah, so page 101, she says, get really specific about what you want. How much money do you want to make and why? I did this recently. I think it's a really interesting way to look at money, but also like it gives you a lot of clarity, because it's like, how much do you want in your bank account? Like, how much money do you want to just have in your bank account at all times? How much do you want your net worth to be? Because they're very different things. Like, you might live in a house that's worth $800,000, but that money is not in your bank account. So that's part of your net worth. Like if you've paid it off, right? You've got $800,000 of net worth sitting in your house, but then how much money do you have in the bank? How much money do you want to have in the bank? You know, do you want to have $10,000 in your bank account at all times? Do you want $100,000 in your bank account? Do you want $500 in your bank account? Like, I think it's a really fantastic thing to do, to get really specific about what do I want and why? Like, why do you want that? So, like, I have a specific amount of money that I like to have in my bank account. And one of the reasons why I want that specific amount is because it's 3 months worth of living expenses. And we have our insurance set up that we pay a lower, like our income insurance, we pay a lower premium because we wouldn't get anything for 90 days. So I want to have at least 90 days worth of money in the bank account all the time. So it's just, you just create that awareness. Like, why do you want that amount of money, right? I think it's a great activity to do. I encourage you to do that. Get specific, like how much do you want and why? Why do you want that much? Okay, now this is, I think, what I'll finish on. On page 114, she talks about an exercise that you imagine the future life that you desire. And you imagine it in detail. And you imagine how you would feel living that life. Like if you've got a goal for how much money you want in your bank account, or the things that you want to do, or the job that you want to have, or the place that you want to live, like whatever it is, she says, imagine that and really put yourself in that place and imagine how you feel when you are there. And then you take those feelings, and that is where you take action from in your current life. Because we often think that what we want over there, we want that thing because we think we're going to feel a particular way when we have that thing, like the amount of money in the bank or whatever it is, the house. But in actual fact, we can create that feeling that we want now. And that's what I have been doing a lot of personal work on lately, because for me, money is a lot about being secure. I want those feelings of security. I want to feel safe and I want to feel secure. And for a long time, I thought that it was money that created that feeling for me. But from, all the work that I've been doing on it, I realized it's not the money that creates that feelings. It's my thoughts about the money. And I'm actually able to create that feeling of security right now by how I choose to think about money. So I think if you have the book, do that exercise, because feelings are really powerful. They drive our actions, and it's the actions that we take that get the results that we actually want in our life. So there's a lot to be said about the way that we feel. And I think this exercise is a nice way to ease into creating different learning, a new way to create different results for ourselves. Trish says, I'm looking at what I want. I'm in the short term by wanting about 50K a year wage to be able to buy a house, and long term financial security for old age. Yeah, I want to keep my account above 2,000 to feel secure. Yeah, see, Trish, you know now. You know exactly what you want to do. And that's a powerful place to be, because it's pretty hard to create something that you want if you don't even know what it is. So I love that. I love that you are so onto that. Know what you want to create. Okay, we're almost on the hour, so I'm going to ask you, what was your biggest takeaway from the book, from reading the book? Or if you haven't read the book, what's your biggest takeaway from tonight? And for me, from reading the book, it's really about just owning it, like owning that I like money and that I want to make money, like a lot of money, and that I'm totally down with that. Like really sort of like getting into those shoes of being a money maker. And I guess when I say like wanting to make money, like, for a while I've been on maternity leave and have been out of the workforce. So I'm coming back into the workforce. I've came back in working part-time, and then now I've changed careers. And so for me, it's just about, I'm making money in a new way now. I'm making money in business and just owning it and being like, this is how much money I want to make. This is how I'm going to do it. And really stepping into that responsibility, like just taking responsibility that I decide how much money I make. I decide what I make. Like it's up to me. And that's where I'm at the moment. That's my biggest takeaway. Nidhi says awareness and mindset. Yeah, so good. This book is so good for that. All right, so wrapping up, and I'll wait. I know some of your comments usually come through because I would love to hear your biggest takeaway and what you think that you're going to do like moving forward. Joe says, I now know I want the mortgage paid off. Yep, kids' high school fees put away ready and enough readily available for life's unknown, i.e. car breakdown, dental costs, etc. Long-term retiring beach house up north. Yeah. See, I mean, Joe, like when you know, it's like you know what you're creating. Like I love that. I love that you are onto it. Trish says, taking away how I look at money, not letting it control me, but me control how it works for me. Driving the bus. Yeah, right on, Trish. Love it. Ella says, you decide what your own future holds. Absolutely. I love that. Okay, so thank you again for joining me. Before you go, let me tell you that next month we are reading Smashed Avocado, How I Cracked the Property Market and You Can Too. If you are on my mailing list, you already know that this is the book. Next month is going to be all about property. As I said in the email that I send out, I've interviewed Nicole on the podcast. That's coming out in a couple of weeks. So September I have my schedule up here. This is why I'm looking. September is all about property. So I have interviewed Simon Presley. He is the managing director and head of research with Propertyology. He's a buyer's agent. And so he's going to tell us all about why you might need a buyer's agent, but also the whole process of like how you go about buying properties and where you look, all the research aspects of it. I've got Obu Ramaraj is coming on. She is a mortgage broker. She's going to tell us all about how to get a loan, what the banks look at, all the details of the ins and outs of getting a loan. I also have Helen Collier-Cogtevs on, who is a mega property investor. Like she's got a 20 property portfolio and she used to have 30 properties. So she's a powerhouse and she's going to tell us all about how you can go about having a lot of properties. And she also is doing a book giveaway for all of my listeners. So it's not a competition. She is giving her book away to all of my listeners on the show. So that's really super exciting and so amazingly generous of her. So I can't wait to share next month with you all about property. Let me just say, Amy says before we go, another quote that I like was, there is no such thing as too much awesomeness. I know, right? Yeah, we can't overdo the awesomeness. It's awesome. All right. So thanks again for being with me here tonight. If you want to work on your money mindset or your mindset in general, that's what I do as a life coach. I specialize in working with women, helping them create the amazing life that they want to live on purpose. I'll put this up here. you can find out any information about book club and the books. Like you can buy the book through the website by going to moneymindful.com.au. And guys, I have my coaching website up. It's all connected. It's integrated if you go to the Money Mindful website, but you can also get to it by going to meganjsmith.com.au. I'd love for you to check it out. And you can book in for a complimentary consultation if you want to have a chat to me about what it's like to work on your mindset. All right, ladies, thank you so much for being here with me again tonight. I can't wait to talk to you all about property next time round. And I'm also going to open up the floor for you to ask me any questions about investing in property as well, like through my journey, if you are curious and want to know any of that. So I'll see you next month. Thank you.